sunrise. What a beautiful day. This camera doesn't do it justice. Every day should be started with a beautiful view of the world. Look at the sky. Pinks and blues and purples and oranges fill the sky. Sounds of birds and a little bit of the moon. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. There we go. Hi everyone, it's a beautiful chilly day here in Missouri. We had a few days of 60s and 70s, and then last night was below freezing, like 24 or so. But what I've been waiting for a while, from the Cultivariables, William wrote a book, and I got a signed copy of it. I purchased it from his website, and it goes into details about a lot of the Adrian root crops and some other things that I'm growing too. Like, I bought Sea Kale. Pull this package out without losing the page, along with it. And I'm not going to show you a lot about the book, but what's great in the book, it shows the Sea Kale, the seeds, and it shows he already took the outer casing off and just left the inner seeds in here, so I don't have to get out wire cutters and cut open the seeds to get them started. That's a little more like it. It's got the fireplace going, and it's a little toastier and warmer in here. But I'm really excited to get this book. There's a lot of information in here on the Yukon. I've got, I don't remember, 4 or 5 varieties that I ordered this year that I'm going to be growing. And Oka and Maka and Olna, or so many names to remember. But all of them are root crops or bulbs, like except Sea Kale. It actually came from the United Kingdom, and it's just a vegetable that grows up. When it starts sprouting, you put a bucket over it and let it sit under the bucket for about a month, and then cut the tops off and eat it. And every part of the Sea Kale is edible, roots and all. But I'm not going to go into each plant specifically today. I'm just going to show you how to start the plants, and get all my grow bags moist. Make sure there's water in the bottom of the tray. With cocoa coir, it actually needs a lot of water to fluff it up and get it saturated. So I'm going to let this sit for a while and absorb water, and kind of like a peat shell, those Jiffy pods or whatever that expand. It takes a little bit of time to get the cocoa coir to absorb water, and every day you have to moisten the soil with a spritz of water and deep water down in the tray to keep this moist. In this grow bag, though, I've got Happy Frog potting soil, which is rich, a couple inches on the bottom, and then an inch or so of coir on top to make sure the soil is sterile on top. I don't want any type of organism getting into the seed once it germinates and cause dampening off syndrome, where the seed itself has all the nutrition that it needs for several weeks. So you really don't need fertilizer for a seed. A non-fertile soil is all you need to start your plants with. Some people would put this into a container and put a dome or a cover over it to increase humidity. I found in my area that whenever I add a dome or a cover to my plants that I end up with dropping syndrome or crop failure. You know, the seed will come up and then get diseased and fall over. So it may take a little longer for the seed to germinate and develop, but at least I have no issues, you know, or so far I haven't had any issues with them having problems after they've came up like this. So it's up to you how you want to do it, but I use like I showed you before, the 2 inches of cocoa coir, or you could use peat moss. Kale or sea kale prefers a neutral soil about 6.0 plus or minus, and with this being the first year's growth, I wouldn't take it and try to eat it. I would let it grow till next year or the next one. And what you do with sea kale is before it starts coming up, let's pretend this is a bucket. You would put a bucket over top of the sea kale and keep it from being exposed to sunlight. And then it'll grow up in the bucket and be white and maybe lime green, a little bit like the inside of I don't know what it's called, the Chinese cabbage, things like that, where it's white and a little yellow inside. And the plant itself is edible, the roots and all the seeds, all parts of it. But if you do it like this in the first month and get it blanched, is what they call it, then it's less bitter, and then you would either boil it or fry it to eat it. But from what I've read and seen on many videos, that it's a better plant, you know, just normally, if you would pick it off like normal kale. So this is kind of a odd plant, odd and crazy, you know, but I'm looking for the nutritional value of it and the perennial value of it to add to my collection. Okay, now that you've seen me prepare the bags that I'm going to be planting in, let me start by saying by no means am I an expert on any of this. You're coming along on the journey to learn with me. I also am not advertising or promoting Cultivariables, but letting you know where I got the seeds in the book from. And if you take a look at their website, they have complete growing instructions for the sea kale also. In there, there's mention that you can take pickling salt, it's a non-iodized salt, and add it to the water. And I'm just going to take about a half a teaspoon and put it in there. Last night was when I did the watered the bags, and today I'm going to check the temperature. I've let them set it over in the windowsill and let them try to come up to room temperature. But this morning it was 62 or 64 degrees inside the bag. And right now we'll let it set in here and test for a minute. But while the temperature's checking, I'm going to count out. Let's see, there's 20 seeds, so I'm going to do, let's say 6 for right now. Maybe in March, no, maybe April, I'm going to plant some directly in the ground. There's 6 seeds. I saw where you can just let them sit in the water for a while. That one seems to be floating. 2 of them seem to be floating. In a normal seed test that wouldn't be good, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Well, this is all an experiment. Basically, the temperature of the soil right now is 68 degrees, and the soil temperature needs to be at least 60, so we're good in that perspective. It's 20 Celsius for those that go by Celsius. The room temperature is 71 degrees in here. But all I'm going to do is take the sea kale seeds, and supposedly the salt has something to do with, you know, keeping away disease potential in the soil. Use the marker. So I'm just going to pour these guys in. Spread the salt out. Actually, it should have just sat around for a little while. Make sure the seeds aren't caught in there. Looks like one right there, but it's not. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gonna press them into the soil and lightly cover them. So about the only way you're gonna taste it is to grow it yourself, and it's a perennial, and I really want to, you know, turn a lot of my plantings into perennials and get the garden to take care of itself. Put it on autopilot of sorts. I'm just going to fill this jar up with a little more water and let it set for the next watering, and put my marker in here. Today is the 3rd. Let's see, 3-3, and I've got 6 seeds. So that marker will go right there. And get this back in the window, and then I'll get the rest of these planted with, you know, spinach, lettuce, you know, not lettuce, spinach, cabbage. It's more of the cold crop. My next video will be on the true potato seeds. I've got them started in 2 sessions, and then oca and oca and maca. I've got ulna ordered too, and it'll be here, you know, when the weather gets better. But I've been adding a lot of the crops from the Andes, you know, to go to my collection, and they'll be in future videos. But for now, I'll go ahead and close with have a great day, and thanks for watching. This is Sassy and Silk and E, the empty nester, saying enjoy your day.